Hi everyone, today is the 4th of November 2025. Just in continuous with my last video clip in regards to my court case, and then I was going to show you the medical certificate, and I will do that after this clip, and I will also update you of the stages of my court case. But I wanted just to confirm and update you with my health, because all this is important to do with my court case, because I know that my couple of hearings I've had with the courts, I've asked the courts to intervene and for me being the victim and everything that I'm going through. So keep in mind, I've been personally animated, or inanimate is the word, going back to 2010. The case I'm going to be going over today is New Zealand Police and IPCA. They have definitely lost, okay? So what I'm finding unfair with what they've done with my court case is that, as you will notice in my other video clips, I started denouncing some of the government's video clips because they were actually talking about me. They call it democracy, but unfortunately with what they've done to me, it's home invasion. It's a conspiracy by other cultures joining forces to take over somebody else's personal property or personal life. In that case, that's what they've used me for. So according to the laws, I'm definitely the victim of crimes, and it's just a matter of me proving that to the court, which is not hard to do. But just to update with my court case, I have made submission to the judge, because the judge did make a decision in regards to for a cost application, but I haven't been able to meet what the judge has asked me to do because of circumstances and everything I'm going through that is out of my control. But I have submitted an application that I will show on this video clip. Okay, I've actually asked the judge to appeal, to set a hearing for an appeal of everything. But in saying that, going back to my health, last Friday on the 31st of November, I admitted myself to the hospital at Waitapu District Court because I wasn't feeling well on and off since the doctor made a medical certificate for me on behalf of the courts, which I've sent to the courts just to let the courts know of my situation at the moment. Okay. But my case is definitely a crimes against humanity. It is illegal what the government is doing. It is illegal what the opposition is doing. But I can confirm that when I went to the hospital, they gave me a full checkup, okay? And they gave me a CAT scan. I can confirm that my neck is the cervical spinal injury from the car accident that happened going back to 2010. The police let the guy go, even though I had asked them to investigate. But I definitely do have a disability now because of the injury that has caused on my neck. They did a CAT scan and they did find that there was damage on my neck. But I'm going through the proper process. We are probably, depending see how everything goes, I may have to have an operation there, but I can confirm that the police, New Zealand Police, is liable. They actually let the guy go, and then at the hearing, the police prosecutor actually lied to the court, so there's contempt of court also, and that is why I'm contesting what they're doing. The other concern is that I did ask the judge that I needed a criminal lawyer to take over everything that to do with my case, because if they investigate it, they will find that everything I'm saying is true, and that's, it's criminal negligence as far as what the courts are doing, whether it's civil or the criminal jurisdiction. It doesn't matter when a victim is asking the court for intervention, especially after exhausting the system like I have. Okay, people have actually used me against my will. Others have used me to promote their own beliefs or their own culture or their own whatever they want to call it, but they've used me like an object or like a product against my will. And so that is what I'm up against historically. But the intimacy of the interference of relationship scam, linking to tax invasion and other things that they've secretly stolen off me without my consent, it's crimes against humanity. basically, especially if they've been historically coding a individual. The intimacy is wrong. And so when I actually go out in public, they're glued to me. People are actually moved by what they are, what the government or whoever's behind the coding, the people are reacting to the coding. This is where I get the hostile alliance, but there is definitely home invasion. So also, I will just update you guys with that, with the car accident, and then I'll show you where I'm up to with the court case, because what these secret societies are doing, they're stealing my entitlement as a New Zealand citizen, whatever that may be, but what they're doing is illegal. Okay, it's another form of a gang of stealing, cheating, and it's wrong. It is definitely crimes against humanity. Okay, this here is a medical certificate. Sorry, I just have to do this because my court case is reliant on it, and those that are secretly investigating and looking after me or watching over me are actually waiting on the response. But definitely IPCA and New Zealand Police have lost their case, okay? And the fact that the judges are writing unlawful judgments, that is fraud, and any generation that's illegal. Okay, so I've made submission to the judge to set a hearing date. If you can see, this is the application I'm showing you. I feel in my heart to actually show it. As you all can see, there's nothing wrong with me mentally. I know that I'm very experienced, and the opposition knows that my ideas are good. They know that obviously integrity, there's a price you pay for that, and obviously when everything is correct, there's definitely money in that, because nobody supports anything that's corrupt. So, but what I have found historically is people are actually stealing my legal documents and the trade secrets of the courts, and that's what they're doing. That's wrong. That is illegal. But that's something I'm quite sure that my court case will shut down the whole system, because that is not what the courts are for. It's not to protect defendants. It's to protect people's liberty. It's to protect the public welfare. It's to protect those that are innocent civilians. And, I've tried the system, and I believe that if it doesn't work for me, it's not working for anyone else. So I oppose this new system, and I know what I'm doing is working, because people are starting to stop doing what they're doing, but they're still doing it. I know when they're talking about me, so I'm opposing all that. Okay, but it is a very serious criminal case, home invasion, and taking over somebody's liberty and personal property without their permission. But what we're dealing with are extremists using their jobs for the wrong reason. Okay, they're a bunch of bullies, and they're forcing their beliefs on other people. And as far as the courts are concerned, the courts is for everyone. It's not just for a minority, or you have to fit in a specific criteria. But the police definitely has lost their cases. Everything that I've put on my YouTube channel is actually evidence, and if the proper investigation's done into it, they'll find everything is true. There are other people that should be arrested, and I'll just leave that up to the professionals. If they catch up with all these people that are doing what they're doing, it is wrong, it is illegal. Okay. So basically, I've asked the judge to set a hearing down for a oral hearing, and also to let the judge know I'm too sick. Like, everything's taken its toll on me. The mental injury that my government has put me through while I was working for my employer, that is really serious, and there's no way, I don't believe that they will get away with it. What they did to me was very wrong, very wrong. I'm a survivor of a trafficking ring, but so at the moment I'm just waiting for the judge to make her decision. But New Zealand Police have lost. What they're doing, they are cheating. Okay, and then they're using their jobs to build up secret society alliance, and they are in my space. They're in everything I'm doing. They're copying what I'm saying, and then they're using a relationship scam to cheat and steal. So all those women involved in me, you could all be done for conspiracy, because that is illegal what you are doing, but that's on you. But yeah, so this is where my court case is. And the other thing is that I'm dealing with the pregnancy issue too. Okay, I still need someone to look into that, because I don't believe what they're telling me is true. Even if it is an ectopic pregnancy, that's what they want to call it. I know without a shadow of doubt, I saw the baby in one of the scans. That baby still needs to come out, otherwise I would die. But they are lying to me, because it's linking to the court case, because they know that's a serious criminal charge on the ministry and the judges for ignoring my pleas, even though it's true. And it's also called criminal negligence according to the law. Whether it's civil, whether it's a criminal case, it's criminal negligence according to the law. And that's on them for ignoring or making the wrong decisions at that point of time. So people are actually secretly stealing. What they're actually doing is they're humiliating the targeted victim in order to humiliate them, to hurt them, or embarrass their family, or embarrass others, or to turn others away from them. It's a game, but that is illegal, what these people are doing. I think you're very sick. You're a coward and you're sick. And you will be, go down and have your fame, whatever, on the wrong side of the law. That's all I can say. But I oppose all that. That is wrong what yous are doing. And what everyone has done to me historically, I have not to this day consented to it. I don't care what happens to these people, but they need to be charged according to the laws. So at this point, that is my evidence. Okay, I just know I'm supposed to be doing that. But all these people, they're getting a kick out of humiliating and hurting other innocent civilians, or they're getting a kick at trying to pick on their faults and then exploit them secretly. Well, that's a crime on its own. But there is sufficient evidence against all body corporates who've participated in conspiracy offences. Okay. So, what they've done to me is they're coding people. That's wrong. And that's cheating too.